I hope you can hear this. I should take the glasses off. Does I look insane? Okay. This is like take 5, and it is friggin' 3 a.m. Okay? I gotta get up in 2 hours and take a shower. Okay? So let me just do this. I have 3 cases. I want to talk about them very quickly because I don't know if this has ever happened in my life, in my history of cases, doing cases. But the problem is, I hope I don't push a button wrong because I tried to do this 5 times. Problem is that I changed my mind on a case. So first, I'm just going to go over the 3 cases. And I'm going to start in order, okay? So the first one is Joselyn Smith. Sorry, my eye is itchy, meaning it has still makeup on it from today that you guys didn't even see because I put on all makeup that was pink. Then I had pink earrings. Now I just have this weird thing to hold my hair back so I could put my face cream on for the night. This works good. And I got my chamomile tea, no Jesus juice. 2 nights in a row. But anyhow, sleep doesn't come to me unless I get, even with my medicine, unless I get everything off my chest. And apparently all my eyelashes are taking off. I really did. I legit wiped off my makeup with my makeup specialized rags. But there's still remnants. I was going to do this at the live, but I couldn't handle it, so I said, I'm just going to do a video. Okay, but 5 videos in, hopefully this will work. Okay, so the first one is Joselyn Smith. The new updated information about Joselyn Smith is, yes, one person was released. That person was the lady in red, okay? She was released. She's a little 6-year-old girl from Saldana, Africa, that went missing. I don't have the date in my head because there's been so many gosh darn kids that have been murdered or missing or taken or just abused or trafficked. So what I want to say about her is one lady, so her mother was arrested for actually selling her for $1,000. Okay. But she has another story that they were supposed to give her back in a couple of weeks or a month, and then she would just get the money, but then get her back, right? Then the other story is that they were gonna bring her to the I don't have my notes in front of me, but the kind of the witch doctor, the Sonamani, something like that, and that witch doctor would take out organs while the child or the person is still alive, because they believe that brings good luck and fortune to them, to the other people. Of course, not to the person that you took out there something from them, because they would die. So I don't change my mind on this case, but I always said 6 people will get arrested. So if the mother was arrested, mother's boyfriend was arrested, then another man and the lady in red. So that was 4. Lady in red got sent home. Okay? People didn't know why. People are still upset. People still holding signs. They wouldn't let them in the courtroom. They were putting tear gas on them, right? It was a mess. Unfair mess. But I do believe in the justice system. A lot of times there are people who are corrupt in every justice system. There's going to be people who are corrupt. But I always feel that good will win from evil. Okay? The fight against good and bad, good will always win. Okay. That's a good burn. All right, so I feel then another lady. So then there was 3 left in jail, right? And I got a tip from one of my subs that lives in South Africa, and they told me over the weekend, hey, Katrina, did you know 2 more people have been arrested? And I said, well, I thought I heard that the lady in red got to go home. And a little bit of some people were saying that maybe the mother was going to go home. No, she's not. If anything, if they ever tried to bring them home, it's to see what they do in order to maybe they'll look for the body. But anyhow, one of my tips, now I don't know if this was 100%, but I heard it on a little short news clip, but I don't know if I put it up on my channel. I might have. Go to my community page. A lot of times I put clips up from the news of the cases I'm following. So you guys could be intelligent with the facts and then also listen to me with the intuitive reads. Okay, and I do use tarot cards, dowsing rods, just my intuitive tuition. Sometimes I said, do I need cards, guides and spirit guides? And they said, no, don't pull everything out, Katrina. It's too late. Just talk and we'll give you what you need to know, what you need to say. So I said, okay, easier for me. So there was, from my tip that I got and from some of the facts, I heard that 2 other people were arrested. I felt they were male, right? But I'm not sure. So you have Joselyn's mother. I think her name is Katie. Let me put this over here. Then you have her boyfriend. That's 2. Then you have another man. That's 3. The other woman, she left. Right? So then it's not 4. But then they brought in 2 more people that got arrested. But I'm not sure if they held them. Okay, so that would be 3, 4, 5. And I said, oh, just 1 more. But meanwhile, I don't know if there was a couple people released. But Joselyn's mother's boyfriend, he wasn't even a stepfather. Joselyn had a father. And I really wish to God that maybe these fathers out there will say, hey, maybe I should pay more attention to my kid. Maybe I should try to help out and take my kid and raise my kid, because sometimes the mother can't do it. Okay? And you just need to take more of an active role. But just recently, I think it was on Monday, right after St. Patty's Day. See, I thought she was going to be found on St. Patty's Day because that's my lucky day. And I was praying for her. I'm praying for a lot of other people, both in the news, that on my cases, my caseload, and also my family. So, all of a sudden, I found out, and then also somebody gave me an email and said they were from South Africa and that a woman was just arrested. But they're letting some people go, but some people are getting arrested too. So I said, well, I still see 6 in my mind, 6 altogether. It'll end up 6. Whether they let anybody go in and out, there's only a reason for that. Even if they are let out, eventually the same people they let out will eventually go back in. That might not make sense to you right now, but it makes sense to me. And hopefully you could hear me. Okay? Because I don't want to do this for over and over again. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. So it's annoying the crap out of me. Okay. It just really was. Okay. I just don't have a way to make that like that. Okay, so anyhow. What is this 32-year-old young woman that was arrested? Why is she important? Why is she arrested in this case? Well, the only thing, they don't tell you nothing in the African justice system, okay? The only thing that we could surmise and that the reporters got was that she actually did a confession. She actually went to the police, or I don't know, maybe the police checked out her hut, went over to her hut to check it out. She actually ended up confessing that she knew about Joselyn being sold, Joselyn being sort of trafficked, but something went wrong. But maybe she is in jail, but maybe they're getting closer, and I feel they are closer to finding out what happened to Joselyn and where is her body. I know a lot of psychics say that she's not close, that she's far away, but you guys, if you look at my video that I did on this, my original video, it was a live, I gave you some locations. I felt that maybe somebody left and went to Durham, Africa, but I think that her body was just left somewhere here. And maybe they tried to burn her, maybe they tried to move her twice, but I felt like it was dirt and rocks on top of her. She shows me like the Bethlehem, you know, where Jesus was from, like the cave that Jesus went in, and then he awoke up and rose from the dead on Easter Sunday, I think it is. Anyway, she showed me this cave. She showed me rocks. She's telling me under things. Okay. So with her, I'm like, Joselyn, you're going to be found soon. And she's shaking her head at me and smiling. And she's so beautiful. Yeah, they'll get them. They'll get those rats. Rats are always caught. That's what she said. She's smart for 6 years. She goes, rats always get caught because rats make mistakes. Yeah, they're not as smart and as kind as angels. They're not as kind as people. Yeah, but rats, people who have bad in their heart or their mind is sick from the drugs. Okay, so let's leave Joselyn Smith and keep on prayers up for her, please. Okay. The next one we have is the big one, Sebastian Rogers. I want to announce that I, Katrina Brady, Mystic Brady, I think I'm wrong. I was wrong on my video that I felt he was alive. Okay. I think maybe I felt I wasn't tapping into his spirit. I think I was tapping into his spirit guides, but maybe he just didn't realize he was gone. Because usually they talk to me in my ear, and they'll say, Katrina, guess what happened to me? Katrina, you're not going to believe this story. Or maybe you will. Okay, so with him, I feel he is deceased. I'm sorry to say. And I could be wrong because I'm just a psychic that could be wrong. Okay? And most people use our work as entertainment, but sometimes the police use our work for clues, okay, and help. And I do it through meditation and prayer. But I was avoiding coming on because I have family stuff coming out the butt, okay? Family stuff, you know what that is? That means you are so busy with phone calls to your family or your family here, your family there, family in New York or your family in New Jersey or your family right here, Texas, but that you never have 5 minutes to put thought together because it's busy everywhere. The phone is ringing off the goddamn hook, okay? Text. I looked down. I went to a restaurant with my stepson for his birthday tonight. That's why I wasn't available at night. And I friggin' looked down at my phone. I wasn't answering it. I had 22 friggin' messages. 22 friggin' text messages, okay? We were only there for 1 hour. Okay. 22? Really? Okay, anyhow. So, Sebastian Rogers, please come to me. Please tap in. Allow me to tap in. He says, I see that you're very tired, Katrina. Yeah, but I can't always sleep. But I better get to sleep. And he's like, yeah, that's the same as my mom. So your mom had trouble sleeping? He said she blamed it on me. So she blamed it on you if she couldn't sleep? Yes, Katrina. Okay, did you leave the house? Because I thought you were alive somewhere. And I want to know, did you leave the house on your own? No, Katrina, I didn't walk. I didn't walk out of the house. Thank you. Sebastian Rogers, you know, your stepfather is so upset. And he goes, how about my real father? He goes, my real father's looking for me every day. And I bet you are happy about that. He goes, I want him to find me. It's a little bit annoying. It's annoying. What's annoying? He needs to find me just like you work a video game. He needs to look for me like a video game. And I don't do video games, so I don't even know what that reference means. But could you tell us what happened that night? I didn't want to go to sleep when she said go to sleep. And I didn't go to sleep when she said go to sleep. Because he goes, I have trouble sleeping too, like you. And I hate to just end the night. I wasn't looking forward to going to school the next day. Oh, was anybody bothering you or bullying you? He said, not really bullying, but they just didn't like me. Because I was different. But I wanted to be their friend. But I act younger than the most 15-year-olds. They're cool. I act younger. And they don't seem to like me because of that. And I'm so sorry to hear that, Sebastian. I'm sorry that you went through that. He's like, thank you, ma'am. He's worried. You're worried. Tell me what you're worried about. Your mom? Goes like this. I love her. I said I love her that night, just like Madeline. Just like Madeline, he said, just like Madeline Soto. I said goodnight and I love you. But I didn't hear I love you back. And my stepfather was there. He's like, Katrina, don't believe those stories about my stepfather not being there, because he was there. He was there. He didn't see me much. He did not see me much, but he was there. And when I'm asking him, he was there. When I'm channeling and saying, he was there. So I want to know, Sebastian, could you please tell me, was he there during the night? Because your mom said he went to work, and you didn't see him since 3 weeks before. He goes, that's funny, because I saw him. And they didn't see each other for a long time. And he goes, Katrina, they would have fights on the phone for hours, cursing. I think that my stepdad might have had a girlfriend, because that they seem to be talking about divorce and a girlfriend. And my mom would cry a lot, and then she would get mean to me. I didn't want my mom crying. I wished my mom could go back with my real father. And I wanted to move with him. Well, I hope you're really still alive. I hope maybe I'm wrong about this. He's shaking his head no. He goes, Katrina, somebody would have saw me by now if I was alive. But yeah, sometimes people are alive for years. A little boy went missing when he was, I think, 6 or 7, and now in France. And then he was a U.S. person, and his mother took him to France, and she lost him. And he lived with a bunch of people, and he grew up, and then he was reunited with his mother in the United States. So miracles can happen, and he just keeps going, not this time, and I'm worried about my snake, and I'm worried about my 2 dogs. Well, you know what? They're going to get well taken care of. He goes, give it to my cousin. I hope they give it to my cousin. I go, why can't your mom do it, or your stepdad? And he goes, they might be doing other things. They might have to do other things. And he goes, and they might move, and they don't want anything from me. Why would they move if they're waiting for you to get home, Sebastian Rogers? Sebastian Rogers, give me a picture of yourself. Give me a picture of yourself. You like to smile. Okay, so just take me to that night that she said, go to sleep. You said, okay. And then what happened? He said, then I'm playing in my room and I flipped something over. I don't know. I might have been looking for my iPad or my mom's iPad. I was going to play Minecraft, even though I wasn't allowed. I was on punishment. I go, why are we on punishment? He goes, I don't even remember. Katrina, I was on punishment so long, I didn't even remember what the punishment was about. Usually when I would almost get off of punishment, then Chris would come home. My stepfather would come home. Mr. Chris. You called him Mr. Chris? That's creepy. Yeah, it is. Well, he goes, I already had a dad. I already had a nice dad. But he goes, strict dad, but I knew that he loved me. And he just said that he was looking for something to do in his room because he knew he couldn't just fall asleep. And lots of kids play with the iPad or phone just to go to sleep. It's like the old way we used to watch TV into the night. They watch their iPad or their phone. I don't think he had it, so he tripped over something or he made a sound. And the mother said, I told you to go to sleep. But he goes, do the other thing. And I said, what's the other thing, Sebastian? He said, what happened next? Sorry, I was trying to like that, like it was nobody's business. Yeah, so do the other thing. Okay, what happened next? So, like, I see the mother laying on the couch. She looks half depressed and kind of like half drunk or high, but just like twisted. She looks twisted. She's mad at the stepfather. She's mad at her life. She's mad at the kid. She doesn't want to hear any noise. She just wants to play on her phone too. And she was tired. She was really exhausted, like, oh my gosh. My hands are dirty and I don't see any tissues. 1 second. Yeah, that's a lot. Yes. Good thing I'm going in the showers before I have to go to work. These things have to come up. You have to do it. It's okay because I only work, what is today? Thursday? It's only one day that I'm working. This week and last week. But it's okay. You probably couldn't hear me. I was saying it's okay that I have to go to work without that much sleep because I had to get this out. This was very, very important for me anyhow. So basically he's showing me the mom comes into the bedroom. She like kind of peels herself off the couch. And I think she might have even been on a phone call with the father. And it was not going well. Like, she didn't like that he was always gone. She didn't like that he wasn't there to help her with the son who was on the autistic spectrum, but he was verbal. There's a lot of people saying he wasn't verbal. No, he was in the same classes. I listened to what his father said. He was in the same classes as everybody else. The only thing is he got extra time because that's called a 504, all right? It's an IEP, and it's called a 504. How do I know that? Not just because I'm a teacher, but because my daughter has that. And she got it when she was 14. She never had it in elementary or junior high. But I got her retested in 8th grade, at the end of 8th grade. And they allowed her, when she got classes in college, that she can have extra time. It's called a 504. Just take her time in a different room to focus. So that's what she did. Anyhow, Sebastian is telling me that the mother came into his room, but he doesn't remember much after that. He said at first he yelled back at her. First he was scared of her, but then he got up off his bed or the floor and like kind of went, like, what are you going to do? Like, I'm almost as big as you, But the mother was very incredibly strong. And I don't want to make any allegations because I am just a psychic. So I could be wrong. But the feeling I'm getting is that's why I never do this. I never change my feeling. My first feeling is usually correct. But my first feeling was that he's alive. But he was carried out of the house. And that's why the sniffer dogs, cadaver dogs and sniffer dogs lost his scent when they came out of the house, and then they lost his scent over by the construction site. In other words, I believe he was taken out of the house, either carried or through the garage door. Look at my first reading on him. I only have like a 35-minute reading. Please go check it out. Because I say a lot of things that I still think of, but I'm just thinking that the mother was upset. The mother did something like give him too much medicine so that he can go to sleep. Right, so this was around 9. It all started around 9. They had a busy day with the niece. I don't think the niece slept over because it was a school night. So by the time they got home and unpacked the food, they had a day. I think they went to the mall. They went somewhere else. I think they went bowling. They went to dinner. They did a lot of things. After that, you're exhausted, right? So you want to chill out and go to sleep or watch your shows. So I think 9 o'clock for a 15-year-old boy, even though he's on the autistic spectrum, is a little unreasonable. And I also feel there was somebody in that house that they're not accounting for. I feel if the mother was alone in the living room, she would say, son, we can watch a couple of shows together in the living room. Yeah, you're not allowed to have your phone. You're not allowed to have your Minecraft, but let's watch TV in the living room and just cuddle. Here's the blanket. Just that's it. That's what we do, right? But no, he was not allowed in that living room. And he was told to go to a bedroom at 9 o'clock, which is kind of early for a 15-year-old. So with nothing to do in there. So of course he's going to search for something to do. He can't sleep right away. So I'm thinking that the husband, her husband, Chris, the stepfather, was either there, available in the house, or he was on the phone. And she just wanted to continue arguing with him because I think she was arguing about, are you seeing another woman? Because you're spending so much time without me. He's already had 5 wives, and he already had one of his ex-wives had one of those petitions against him that he couldn't see his daughter. Why is that? It's interesting. Okay, usually they only do that, grant that, if you have a domestic violence incident in the home. So she has that, so they couldn't get together. Anyhow, I just feel like whatever the incident was, the mother either gave him something, here, take this so you could sleep, and maybe it was too much, and maybe he was drugged and he didn't wake up, and then the mom panicked, or did she get so upset with him that she punched him because he got in her face first? And she said, she admitted on one of the interviews he had been growling, okay, and going in people's faces when he didn't take his meds. So maybe she either gave him more meds so that he can go to sleep and it was too much, or she went back and she threw a punch. She pushed him down on the bed, and maybe she could strangled him out of rage. Or maybe maybe the stepfather was there and he did it. Don't talk to your mom like that. Boom. And it was too much of a boom. But I do feel something in the neck area, the throat area. It's almost kind of hard for me to talk right now. So that could be anything with choking, medication, or even hands, or a pillow. Okay. It was just like, it wasn't that she started out or he started out, let's kill our son, my stepson and your son. No, it was more like, let's teach him a lesson to listen to us better. He's not going to sass us. He's not going to disrespect us.